Hallo, herzlich willkommen zur 8. Folge von Coffee Talk 2. Ja. Schauen wir, was uns heute erwartet. Grouping recent security breaches, government to block data leakers websites. LOL is stop government citizen data. Oh mein Gott. First Workaholics Treatment Center to open in 2024. No phone, no laptop, just rest. Beachgoers report silver algae blooming on Alki Beach. Alki Beach. Nicht mal einen geilen Namen. She's a 10, but about to marry a freelancing elf. So she's a 100. Do you think VR would really take off in the future? I personally can't use it for very long, but maybe that's just me. Having an ocean fish as a pet is so hard, especially living in a city such as Seattle. But it feels nice to have someone depends on you. You know, vergessen zu liken. Busy all day today. Don't forget to drink water. Still on a hiatus, though. It's coming together. I can't believe it. It's gonna be so good. Today's delivery cut-off time, 15 o'clock. No night shift. Hier noch 2 Sachen. Silver und Amanda habe ich 3 Sterne. Oder 3 Herzen, 3 Smileys, wie ihr es nennen wollt. Somehow I feel like it's going to be a long, long night. Or not. I don't know. Yo, good evening. Hey, Harry. How are you? Not too shabby, I hope. Everything is just fine. You sure? Positive. How about you, sir? How's work? My shift is over, so I'm free now. Nice. That reminds me, Mr. Hyde was here just the other day. Ah, that's right. Thanks for giving him the key card, by the way. Good call. You saved me $100. No, not a problem. Wait, what? A replacement key would have cost me at least that much. With the fines and everything. Ooh, pricey. Glad Mr. Hyde was around to help then. Yeah. I didn't think he'd be in Seattle, to be honest. Oh, but didn't you call him for his spare key? I did. So? Let's just say I had a hunch. That's a pattern to his visits, even if he isn't aware of it. He fly here whenever he gets tired of something. Could be about work, life, or simply because he's bored, like with LA recently, or so he says. I see. I never knew he liked Seattle that much. Or there's something that keeps him coming back here. Really? What is it? Take a guess. Well, if I have to guess... Maybe you? Me? I mean, the two of you are very close, and good bonds are hard to come by these days. I see. Well, he's not someone who's big on attachments. Or so he claims. Is that right? Who knows, maybe that's changing. Because the answer is more or less your coffee shop here. Really? There are a lot of places with a good crowd and a warm atmosphere. With an excellent host to boot. And as you said, good bonds are hard to come by. What's not to like? It would be truly an honor if you felt that way. Did he tell you the reason for his visit? Yeah, he's moving back here, right? Or at least that's the plan. Yes, what a nice surprise. He told me he's got a few things to discuss on that. Well, it's part of why I'm here tonight. Aside from getting myself a hot drink, that is... Oh, on that note, I'm so ready to take your order. Much obliged. Obliged. So, Henry told me about this Indonesian ginger drink. It has milk, honey, and a couple of other stuff in it. I think it's called STMJ. I'll have a cup of that. Also Milch, Ginger und Honig. Haben wir irgendwas, was ich Gala geben kann? Nee. Nee. Eine Ronald drink from the archipelago coming up. Thanks a lot. Ich weiß nicht, wie man das Wort ausspricht. Well, what's in it again? It's a hot blend of egg, milk, ginger and honey. The drink's name itself is the ingredients. Susu, telur, madu, jahe. Milk, egg, honey and ginger. No wonder it somewhat reminds me of eggnog. Albeit spicier and not as rich. But I can see why Henry likes it. It's a great stamina drink. He probably needs it to keep up with Rachel's work. You're probably right. As long as he remembers to take breaks, maybe I should invite him for a drink or something. What do you think? That would be lovely. Then consider it done. You know what? I don't think Hyde will show up tonight. Oh, why is that? When I called him earlier to confirm, he sounded a little annoyed. And it's not exactly great outside either. I thought he liked this kind of weather. Him, yes. His car, not so much. That thing wouldn't survive this kind of storm. Now that you mention it, you may be right. I used to drive in that car back in the day. Did he ever tell you about it? Yep, gave me the whole backstory of it. Oh. I guess I'm just surprised he still uses it at all. The car clearly holds a special meaning to him. He was also quite sentimental about it, which makes me wonder if it has anything to do with him moving back here. What do you mean? He lived here before, right? Yeah, and he kept bringing up the past too. Are you saying his move is motivated by nostalgia? I was going to say homesickness, but I realized that makes no sense. I get what you're trying to say though. It's a strange longing for times gone by. Considering how fast things are changing these days. Maybe even too fast. Which is ironic, really. What is? Live long enough, you'll realize the only constant in life is change itself. Things like shifting necessities, curveballs the world throws at you, decay. Just stuff we have to deal with definitely. Considering our lifespans, you'd think we'd get used to it at some point. But we never do. Never completely anyway. I suppose the idea of getting used to change is a paradox in and on itself. That sounds about right. Perhaps nostalgia is like an anchor for dinosaurs like us. Keeps us from losing ourselves to the world's relentlessness speed. You get used to these after a while, huh? Pretty much. Oh, hey there. We meet again? Yes, hello. Excuse me for a moment. Got it. Welcome, Mr. Rona. Good evening. I'm meeting up with someone. Oh, okay then. How's your car, by the way? My car? Oh, you mean the tire. There's really no need to concern, as it was an easy fix. But thank you for asking. My pleasure. May I order a cup of Russian tea? Russian tea. Tee, Zitrone und Cinnamon. Und Surf. Russian tea for the lady Russian to deliver. That's a good one. This is perfect, by the way. Thank you. You're welcome. So, who are you meeting with, if I may ask? You should know, shouldn't you? After all, you were tasked to give me his contact info. Ah, that's right. So you two did end up connecting after all? We did, yes. But truth be told, I really wasn't sure about contacting him at all. Why's that? Because as far as I'm concerned, there was no real reason for me to do so. Nevertheless, I sent him an email the following night, right after the completion of my final delivery at the AM. That's pretty late. A little, but surely no worse than forgetting it altogether. But he replied straight away, to my surprise. I had no idea he was such a night owl. Or perhaps just an extremely early bird. Right? I wonder if he ever sleeps. That should be a question for you too, miss. Anyhow, he answered me with an apology. He regretted his rudeness from when we first met. Which was another surprise, since I didn't think it was such a matter of concern. Well, he did return here the next evening looking for you. Did he? Yep, he said so himself. I see. How peculiar. In any case, we exchanged phone numbers and have been texting ever since. Then he said he wants to meet up and speak in person. Which is why I'm here now. But I'm still not quite sure it's necessary. I mean, maybe he just wants to chat and hang out. Also, fuck. Perhaps. I suppose we'll see. Yeah, so... Hyde's not coming tonight. Probably for the best, given these circumstances. Is he okay? Yeah, he just wants to take it easy tonight. Understandable. My apologies for the search. I was hoping it'd become more stable as the days go by, but no need to apologize for something out of your control. That's right, you tried everything you could. I know. Thank you for your understanding. How are you doing, miss? Hey there. Did you manage to resolve your issues with the children? Sorry? Oh, I mean the hospital admission problem from the other day. Oh, that. For a minute there, I thought I had a beef with kids I was unaware of. Sorry for the misunderstanding. No worries, that was funny. It's only been a few days, so not much has changed. How about you? Feeling better? Ah, yes. Well, I apologize for the way I acted a few days ago. We all have our bad days, so don't worry about it. Thank you. While we're on the topic, I told Officer Georgie what happened to your car. Would you mind pointing out where you believe the incident took place? Sure. It was quite near the police station, actually. At a metered spot, just outside the now defunct library. Oh, the wasteland building at the Burnley intersection? Yes, that's correct. I see. So it was originally a library. You know the area? I know of the property, yeah. It's been abandoned for a long time now. But it's a heritage building, so I often wonder why nothing's being done there. Since it's located in a very popular culture-centric neighborhood. That's true. There's even an art college nearby. right? Then again, I've always found the street a bit odd. Odd? How? It's just barren, especially if you consider the area. And the weird thing is, I feel like it wasn't always that way. Feel? Don't you mean remember? Nope, exactly what I said. It's a feeling, not a clear memory. Strange, isn't it? That is odd. Well, there used to be a flea market there, a long, long time ago. Perhaps that is what you were recalling. A flea market? Huh? The last time I drove there, I remember seeing nothing but concrete. Oh wait, there was a single dead tree surrounded by strange trinkets. A dead tree? Huh? No idea why I almost forgot about it. It stuck out like a sore thumb. About 8 feet tall, no leaves. It's been there forever too, as far as I know. That hawthorn tree was something of a landmark for us drivers. And the trinkets you spoke of were actually remembrances of sorts. Remembrances? Hold on, I'm just going to recap a bit here, okay? Sure. Your car was vandalized near a metered parking spot in front of an abandoned library. On a seemingly deserted street within a busy area that has a large dead tree surrounded by remembrance for some reason? Sounds about right. Except the tree is no longer there. Oh? Are you serious, Pops? Why wouldn't I? Wouldn't I be? That is crazy! Good evening, gentlemen. Hey, everyone. Oh boy. I thought it'd be early, but you're already here, lady. Hello. Aye, for the love of all things holy, tell me my lighter is here. Well, you're in luck, because it is. Hot damn, thank you. Thank godness. Would you like me to get it now for you? Nah, it's fine. I'm just glad to know it's here. Just bring it with my drink later. Sure, let me know when you're ready to order. Cheers. Well, what's up, y'all? What's new? Evening, officer. We were just talking about the spot where Mr. Arnold's car may have been vandalized. Oh! They got your car too, lady? Yes, but it's not a big issue. Still sorry you had to experience that. Where did you park your car, miss? I can send you coordinates, if you'd like. That'd be really swell. Got it. Okay. Oh. Is it within the area you expected, or? Pretty much. The same location where I parked mine a week ago. I see. You can rest assured we already increased patrols in that area. That's great. But I'm the only one doing it at the moment. That sucks! What's that? I'm hearing you out of all people doubting my skill hobby. No, of course not. I just thought it means an unfortunate increase to your workload. Oh well, them's the breaks, I suppose. Anyway, give me your strongest espresso, Harry. And don't forget my lighter. Strongest Espresso. Espresso ist doch einfach nur Kaffee, ja. 100. Und dann noch die Leiter. Give item. Zack. Proceed. Oh, there it is. Thanks, Harry. You probably think I'm being silly. But what can I say? It's my lucky charm. Yeah. It's borderline superstitious. I know. Don't you have anything of the sort? Well, I have good reason to be superstitious. Whenever I don't have this with me, things happen. Right. Alright, here comes the strongest person in the house. Cheers. Ah, perfect, as always. Are you ready to order? Might as well. I'd like something desserty, because it's my cheat day. Sure thing. Any specifics in mind? Well, I saw this video of a Spanish hot chocolate drink yesterday. It was so thick, I thought it was chocolate sauce. The name also reminded me of a song. But for some reason I can't remember the title right now. You know, that sounds oddly familiar. For real? Then I have that thick cacao. It's got milk and a little hot spicy kick to it. Ich glaube, wir machen Schokolade, Milch und Ginger für den Spice. Spanish Sahara. Gleich ein neues Rezept für unser Buch. Here comes a cup of Spanish Sahara for you. Oh, that's what it's called. That's what we call it here, at least. Very cool. Then Bob tea. I think this is it. Very tasty. Thanks, Holly. You're so welcome. So, Pops. Just earlier you were telling me about your creepy patrolling experience, right? Wasn't this the same location with the Ladies' Car Park? Creepy patrolling experience? Well, I don't know if I should even talk about it, because maybe it's just a tad too spooky. Even for me. What happened? What happened? Oh mein Gott, was heißt gerade für eine Stimme für ihn? What happened? Tell him, Pops! It's not that big a deal, honestly. Then only more reason to talk about it, right? Maybe someone here will know something. You've got a point there. Y'all were talking about the area anyway, right? Yep. Well, I've been patrolling there the past few nights. The street itself is fairly straightforward. It's about half a mile round trip from the intersection and back. There's nothing much there either. A concrete sidewalk with metered parking spots. A fence here and there, and an unfinished construction site with a couple CCTVs dotted about. Not tree? What tree? There used to be a dead tree in front of the old library. Huh? Oh, that old dead tree. It was uprooted by the city back in January. Ah. The commercial community decided it wasn't really a good look. So when the city started a massive cleanup project last year, well, they simply voted to get rid of it. I see. Why, what's up? We were actually talking about it earlier, and being a decades-old landmark aside, could there be something more to be there, to the tree than just well being old? You think so? That's what I think after listening to Miss Rona. Are you expecting something from me, Harry? Huh? Oh, no. I'm sorry if I cross a line. You just seem to know a lot about it, and I don't want to mix up the facts. I understand, but I would like to hear the officer's spooky tale first, if you don't mind. Gladly, miss. I almost forgot about me there, huh? So anyway, patrolling on that street is an easy task. Only 45 cars were parked there overnight, at most. Which makes keeping track a breeze. Sounds ideal enough. As expected, though, nothing happened the first 2 nights. But yesterday, was a different story. Well, hold on. What a stage setup, huh? Oh, phew. There you go. Thank goodness. Sorry about that, please continue. Alrighty. Well, it was nearing the end of my shift and I found nothing was amiss. There were only 4 cars parked that night, 2 spaces across the street and 2 on the opposite corner side besides. My plan was to leave after I walk one last round to make sure everything was okay. And reminder, you can cover the whole place in only 8 minutes. Okay. Then at the end of my walk, I took a drag on my cigarette, smug as I was about to clock out, thinking it was another night job well done. Right? Wrong, as I was immediately faced with the impossible. 3 cars, 2 side by side, 1 across the street. All tires flattened. That's 12 vandalized tires for you. In a span of less than 10 minutes. This is so strange. It would take several minutes to flatten just 1 tire. And that's if you're using the right tools. Right? But that wasn't all. Oh no, it wasn't. Because that was the moment when the street lights went out suddenly and all at once. What? Right after that, I heard flurries and footsteps and laughter. They were going farther and farther away from the scene, and yet I saw nothing at all. Oh. Are you sure? Did the CCTV catch anything? The infrareds actually managed to catch something, but the videos weren't clear at all, so I'm still investigating it. Jeez Louise, Pops. That's way spookier than what you told me in the car. That's cool though. I may be laughing now, but I almost pissed my pants there, you see? Well, whoever they were, they sure worked fast. Alright. Anyway, Harry, I think I want another drink. All the talking and making my throat dry, and coffee chain ain't cutting it. Roger that. What would you like? What do you suggest? How about some tea with ginger and honey? Sounds good. Can you use the red flower stuff you have at base? You mean hibiscus? Definitely. Okay, then I like red flower tea with ginger and a touch of honey. Hibiscus, Ginger und Honig. Tee Shaher Rosella. One piping hot tea Shaher Rosella for you. Oh, what does it mean? Shaher means ginger, tea means tea, and Rosella means roselle. Another name for hibiscus. I see a legit herbal drink. Spicy but perfect for the weather. Good call, Harry. I'm happy to please. If that's the case, let me join you, Patroller Pops. Cause I'm not scared of ghosts. Real beings scare me more. wait a sec, kid. What they mean by ghosts, eh? Jumping the gun a little there. Ain't ya mean, ain't ya he? Was? Oh Gott, was lese ich hier? I don't know, Pops. Maybe it's even something crazier than that. This is a really serious problem, kids. Don't joke around like that. Sorry. Interesting. You know something? No, not me. But she might. Right, that tree, wasn't it? Oh yeah. What about this? It's your turn to finish your thought. I'm not sure if this can be any use at all, but... Officer, Are you aware of the story behind the tree? Huh? I recall what you said earlier. People often leave remembrances around it. What do you mean by that, miss? Well, it's because someone passed away there. What? Allow me to explain. I mentioned there was once a flea market on the street, correct? Right. They call it the fairy market. It was unofficially set up by the transistents of the community. Transistents being the government's term for unregistered citizens, including all the other uncategorizable beings at the time. Fairies were a part of that. Huh? I remember learning about it. After the war, the government made its first official attempt to sort things out. Organizing equitable classifications was thought as one of the first steps towards civil peace, but it was oversimplified, inefficient, and not speedy enough. Was all that before the Vindication Act? Way before. Many who couldn't register were basically in administrative limbo. What? That is good as like not existing at all. Really, that's horrible. It was the main reason why the fairy market was created in the first place. To ensure transients survival throughout the changing times. In more ways than one. The market had no real schedule, therefore. The start of Fairy Week would be marked by flowers strewn along the intersection, just so people would notice and come and take a look. Sounds kind of too low-key, no? Because it was illegal, silly. Oh. And that was exactly the problem. The market ran day and night, its format unchanging. At the same time, the economy was slowly reshaping the landscape. People started to spend more, becoming reckless, while the laws were still shaky at best. Then a tragic incident occurred one night. A drunk driver was speeding and went off course, striking a vendor there. And the only evidence left of the crime was the tree standing where there was no tree before. Wait a second, what? Why did it never hear about it? How long ago was this? The accident occurred in 1959, but the market itself was forcefully disbanded in 1961. Before I was born, huh? Yeah, I remember everything now. It was actually quite an infamous case, wasn't it? But due to the nature of beings involved, most people couldn't help but, well, forget. We're talking about the late 50s to early 60s here. Post-war media was still quite scarce, and I remember the drunk driver was also the son of a very wealthy individual. Oh, correct. But it wasn't exactly the part that made the case so infamous. It was due to the fact that nobody was ever found at the crash site, as well as the vendor being a transient with no legal ID or paper trail. As a result, the court had no choice but to dismiss the case. But there was a body, wasn't it? Just not the one people might expect. You mean the tree? Right. When semi-spiritual beings like us pass on from the physical world, some may leave specific landmarks behind. Not all can do that, though. Us banshees don't do that. You don't? No, we simply disappear. So, if I'm getting this right, the tree couldn't be used as evidence because it wasn't classified as remains yet? The witnesses were in the same boat, no paper trail? So the driver's lawyer took advantage of those loopholes? And that's messed up. Beyond messed up, Pops. What? I'm boiling. I'll take a further look into this more, miss. But I have a question for you. Yes? You think the vandalism has anything to do with a tree removal? I don't know. I suppose it might depend on when the acts of vandalism began. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I better get going then. It's almost time for... yeah. Alright, Georgie. Break a leg, Pops. I'd rather not. Stay safe. Will do. I'll keep you all posted. I better go as well. Got an early shift tomorrow. There's one thing I want to confirm though. If you don't mind, miss. Yes? It's about the fairies passing and how everyone ends up forgetting about them afterwards. I really thought that was just a myth. I guess not. Unfortunately. That is why there used to be memorabilia around the tree. They were efforts by those who remembered to preserve the memory. But it wasn't enough, was it? Else we'd still have the tree. It really makes me question my memory. Are there any people I might have forgotten? Were there events I missed? It's quite scary to think about. For beings like us, being forgotten is inevitable. So no need to feel bad about it. Is that so? Oh, I didn't catch your name, by the way. I'm Gala. Oh, I'm Lucas. Nice to meet you, sir. Lucas, yeah? Sounds familiar for some reason. I mean, I'm kinda a big deal online, you know? I remember now. The toy from the other day had his name on it, right, Harry? Right. A toy? You mean the business card I gave you? Yes, that. I see now. Somehow you gave it to him instead? I did, I'm sorry. Let me be the one to apologize for that. Harry gave it to me because I was having a small trouble at work. Yeah, was it helpful in any way? I mean, it's pretty good at easing up anxiety and such. I thought the children would like it, but apparently for them it's a little passé. What? Children nowadays mature really fast. They sure know the trends earlier. Ah, that is true. It's just how things are for now and in the future. Gotta keep up with the world, else you'll get left behind. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for the idea of having toys around the office for the kids. I'll make sure to have more up-to-date stuff for them. yeah. Glad I could help. Well then, nice meeting you. Good luck with your future auditions, Miss Rana. Thank you. See you around. Bye, Harvey. Take care. You okay? It's getting really late. I still want to talk about it. If you're tired, let me know. Have you eaten? Do you want something to eat? We don't serve food here. You don't? No wonder your plate is always empty. Well, you're just kidding, Harry. Don't help me, please. Well, do you want another drink, maybe? I wouldn't mind one. Nice. What do you feel like having? Something with milk, with a fresh feeling and some brightness to it. I'm also quite martial for the blue pea tea. Oh. Okay, I want something for you, may I? Sure. How could you try this mix? I saw its pretty drink in the video and it looked perfect for a lady. Yep, what is it? It's a blue pea as a base, a lot of mint, and a splash of lemon. Blue pea, mint und lemon. Galaxy Mint Tea. Let's go. Here you go, miss. From a man sitting right beside you. It looks nice, very pretty. I like it, thank you. I'm glad you do. And now, honey, it looks exactly like what I envisioned. You're a G. I'm happy you both enjoyed it. But man, the whole case earlier, though, it was a lot to take in. Also about the whole forgetting thing, that really gave me chills. Why? Don't you feel scared of just disappearing in the end? Because I do. That's why I thought I finally understood you too. I mean, the reason why you wanted to become a soprano way. The traditional way. Oh, care to compare notes? Because I've yet not be entirely certain about it myself. Oh, huh? Now, that's what you call huge pressure? Before that, though, can I ask a little teeny tiny question? Go ahead. What inspired you to go down this path? I mean, I may have an idea on why you're choosing your hard way, but why a soprano in the first place? Because it's been done before. Pardon? Because there was already a banshee who did it before. So I know it's not impossible. Well, for real? Her part was that for a sobe aria, and she was not very well known. What is a sobe aria? Oh, I mean, she was a secondary character. Back in the early 19th century opera, sorbet arias would be sung towards the end of the second act. Usually before the evening end. Hawkers would use time to offer their wares for the last time to the patrons. Often desserts. Hence, sobeao aria. Oh, I see. Like background singing at the end of a show or something? Yes. Things are different nowadays because people are expected to listen to the end. The first time I heard her voice was on an old recording of a comedy opera. I was still very young back then. She was playing a confused maid role at the very end of an opera, wondering why and how people could act so crazy when in love. But despite her confusion, she thought she wasn't so old that she couldn't find out the reason herself. It was a funny epilogue for the opera. But hearing the banshee sing such a playful and light-hearted piece, it was truly an eye-opener for me. Oh man, I bet it was. Sadly, I couldn't find any of her other works, but it wasn't stuck with me. But it always stuck with me. Mein Gott, keine Ahnung. So I left my commune and started trying on my own. That's really cool and brave of you to do so. I agree. I have never talked about this before. It's a bit embarrassing. Nah, don't be embarrassed. I think it's super cool. You're just feeling inspired to push yourself beyond what's expected of you, and wishing to leave the mark on this world. Is that what you think? Mm-hmm. You're just trying to follow a path that has been traveled before. And that's not always a bad thing, especially for beings like us. You've just been careful yet courageous. Right, because the path you're choosing to walk on is still difficult. Reading, leaving your... my God, reading, ja, natürlich. Regarding leaving your mark, I don't know. I just feel maybe you're the same as me. Like, what's the point of being born if nobody is going to remember us? Right, sorry? No comment. No. Why do you want to be remembered so much? Why wouldn't you? Us benches see the end differently than most. So, care to enlighten me? Um, I can't speak for anyone else, but in my case, I was a kid who grew up in a large family, you see? Like, humongously large. Literally couldn't count all my siblings even if I wanted to. Because they're everywhere thanks to my dad. Oh. We weren't wealthy though, not even close. The money situation was always suffocating us for real. But sometimes Dad would drop by to give us some money. Though it wasn't even enough to cover utilities for more than a couple months. Then he'd just leave again for a couple days later. I the eldest? Nope. But my older bros had already moved out by the time I hit high school. I was so surprised when my dad gave me the house after he died. Oh. Which is where my mom and siblings live now. I'm sorry to hear about your father. No, that's fine. I mean, yeah, it was weird to receive the news of his death from an attorney, knowing he passed away by himself, and how it took them a week to find out. Oh. Natural causes, by the way, so... I mean, how did he check out with absolutely no one knowing? Where were my other siblings? What happened to his ladies? It was just so crazy to me. And I guess it just kinda haunted me. Haunted? How? My life growing up was filled with disappointment over him, you know? I mean, it in the best way possible. My disappointment actually drove me to work hard for my family. I just vilified him in my mind, like shaking my mental fist at him. I do so much better than you, sir, and all that. I see. But then I received the news that he left me the house. Like, I know I had no money. That house is probably one of the only assets he had left. So when he gave me the house in his will, all I could think was what went through his mind exactly. The fact that he had a will at all was probably already a surprise for you. Exactly. What am I supposed to think of that? What am I supposed to think of him? And does it even matter anymore when he's already long gone? Anyway, so my older brothers came back, right? They wanted me to sell the house and divide the earnings. Wanting a slice of the inheritance pie, huh? You didn't do that, right? Heck no. That's why I left for LA. So if they really want me to sell the house, they have to chase after me. Good call. Thankfully, my younger siblings and I are pretty tight. We're a good team. That's a relief. But that was also why I needed money first. I need to send money to help me with my family bills, and of course so I could stay alive as well. That was why I ended up having a job in the production house. The production house? Yeah, it was like a bunch of content creators getting together to make videos every day. I was young and naive too, you know? Cause it was my first time venturing to another state completely alone after all. So I don't know better how predatory things could be. Man, this isn't even gonna be an entertaining story. If you're uncomfortable, you don't have to talk about it. No, it's not that. I just really didn't like that production house, but I needed the money. Someone there saw my vlogs and invited me in. And as one of the youngest there, I tried to get along with everyone. But you see, we were all creators in the entertainment industry, right? Which means we had a huge egos. So, and naturally, there was somewhat of a hierarchy of sorts. Trying to be all-round helpful turned me into the butt of the joke all the time. That didn't discourage me at all. Discourage me all that much, by the way. I mean, I also learned a lot, they're not gonna lie. Still, But what it ended up destroying my willpower was actually something really close there. Myself. What do you mean by that? Well, in a house where everyone wants to be the main character, each of us would need a solid distinct personality, yeah? Eventually, I was assigned one too. Which was supposed to be a good thing, but they wanted me to be the worst version of what I am, essentially. With heavy emphasis on what... I had a lot of nicknames too, like, "Hey, baby goats. What are you up to now, satire boy? Here comes the party goatee. Mr. X says, you gotta go fishing again tonight, or what? Fishing? We had to go out and try to hit up people. And we weren't allowed to come home unless we failed spectacularly or scored. Oh. I always tried to be the punchline though. Because there were always more views when something ended badly. But it was still the worst cause I really had to act it all out, you know? Bothering about for pretend dates, be sort of a dumb jerk just for jokes. Just though all looked fun for the camera. Even if scripted, I never really liked doing it honestly. Because in the end, all of it just reminded myself of my dad, you know? And I kept thinking, does the apple never fall far from the tree after all? So, yeah, the whole thing just really, 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 really sucked. You had it difficult. Yeah? Well, long story short, being tokenized sucked the ending. No disagreement there. Sorry, I swear that wasn't what I wanted to talk to you about. It's fine. I actually learned a lot this evening. I just don't want to take up more of your time. So can I just ask you a direct question? Sure. Great. Would you be interested in guest starring on my new show? I realized I was being dumb the day we first met. I kind of forced my thoughts on you and was just being a general smartass. I undermined your straightforward efforts because I was jealous of your solid resolve. Since everything I did was anything but. But you succeeded eventually, didn't you? And you worked hard for it. Yet I almost ended up losing sight of why I'd been doing all this in the first place. I went with the flow, made excuses a lot, all to justify the gain, but to what end? That's why I've been trying to put together a talent showcase for those who need extra exposure. It's going to be a small production thing. It will be paid, I swear. And not with exposure either. Though I won't be much at first, because I don't have that much money ready to use at the moment, so... wait. This is a bit sudden, don't you think? No pressure, though. How does this show work? Well, I'm not 100% sure of the shape of it yet, but ideal it will have like an interview at first, then I'll record you singing. I'll bring all the gear. I will also be doing all the editing and stuff. It's gonna take a bit of time since I still have my main show to do, but I did start a vlogging journey on my own too. So I can bet you the result will still be quality. You sure will thank if I'm the first guest. Realize that, right? If it does, then it doesn't deserve to exist. I don't care about haters, but you do. That's why I won't push you. I'm flattered, but no thank you. Okay, thanks for considering me though. Thanks for giving me the thought. Looks like I have to go. Okay, it's nothing to do with what you said, okay? Just bad timing. Yes, I get it. Cool. I hope we can meet again like this. If you want to, maybe. I'll take it. Thanks for your time too, Harry. Sorry if I bored you. No, truly, it was my pleasure. Cool. Okay, I really have to go. See you around. Safe trip. Alright, see you, Harry. Come again soon. I think tonight was the most I've talked in the past 2 years. And I'm quite glad to hear that. Thank you, Harry. For what? For being such a good host. I know I'm not the easiest being to get along with. It's always a pleasure to have you and everyone around. Then I'll be taking my leave. I feel like I have a lot to rethink. But I'll see you again soon. And we'll be waiting always. Safe trip, Miss Rihanna. And have a good night. Okay, es war jetzt eine verdammt lange Folge. I think I'm done for the night. I hope everything will work out for everyone. Dann würde ich sagen, was ist mit der Folge? Lasst noch ein Like und ein Abo, wenn es euch gefallen hat. Schaut beim nächsten Mal vorbei. Und haut rein. Tschüss.